Hi, welcome. So, I've been working on stuff. As you can see, I got the podzol growing. There's a little bit of a path going. There's some bamboo in the distance along with more birch trees. Why is there so much birch? Well, in previous videos, I mentioned how I'm making a custom forest to surround my base, which is kind of ridiculous with all the birch. And I'm going insane cutting all the trees. A lot insane. Like, a lot. There are so many chests of spruce and birchwood. So many. I have been going insane building this, and I haven't even started building yet, not really. But I do have a surprise for you though. The first birch tree is built. It's here, and this is what the whole forest is going to be like. This is going to be the stepping stone for the rest of the forest. And I have so much to go. I just wanted to do this. I know it's getting ahead of things, but just that constant grinding where like I've been growing those trees over there for the podzol because I just don't have silk touch. I tried getting villagers. See, there's the villager cage right there where I was trying to grow babies. One day I looked in there and they were gone. So, yeah, that kind of screwed things up for me. Yeah, so this is what I've been working on. Not all the trees are going to look exactly the same. I'm not going to be doing the same thing as other regular YouTubers where I've seen one YouTuber that's good at trees. His name is BOO from the Hermitcraft series. He's also got his own playthrough series on a personal world he's doing. On his last session of Hermitcraft, I think it was his last session, he was going over how he made the trees and how there were, I think, 4 or 6 different types of trees that he modeled after. For me, I just don't want to do that. I want to do each tree completely different. It's probably going to be harder on me to do, and it's going to take more time. But I feel like to get that realistic feel, I'm just going to have to do that. As you can see, I've kind of marked out along the way as well of where I'm going to have more birch trees. I kind of screwed up by making them the full height and just going vertical with them, or not the full height, but the full log height. As you can see over here with this one, I kind of had it get a little bit of a lean with the diorite there. I didn't really use a huge pallet of blocks. I just used birch logs and diorite. That's it. There's a hole there I gotta fix. And then, yeah, the birch leaves. I was done with the birch leaves too. I got through cutting down an entire forest of birch over there. And I got back over, and when I was going over all my supplies, as you can see, there's not a lot of birch leaves. I ended up cutting down the whole forest, even looking at the shears that I had, and I'm like, why do I have those? And I just, kept going. And I'm like, yes, all set, ready to go, and no birch leaves. So I'm going to have to take more time to do that. I just wanted to apologize ahead too for not putting a video out sooner. This project is a lot of work, I found, and there's just no way to get a video out in days' time. Especially with cutting down all the trees and just the immense size that I'm having to do for all this. Like this whole area you see, I've just been taking those trees, growing them, and then chopping them back down again. So it's just been a lot of grinding and making sure I'm getting everything set for the video. I've kind of been doing a little bit of touch-up stuff here and there. I got the area for the camp, got a path going that goes all the way through to the base. I kind of marked it out a little bit. I didn't want to do too much, especially if a creeper blew up or something. There was one that blew up over blew up over there, and I had to redo it. But I found when you grow these guys, the podzol will actually take over the coarse dirt. So all that coarse dirt that I've been making kind of just goes to waste. I, off video, collected the dry bushes or dry grass or whatever you want to call it from the desert. I took time doing that. I know I'm going to need more of those because this is close to pretty much all I have for those. I think I have another stack of each. But with that, I think I'll leave you guys to the video, and I really hope you enjoyed it. Or are going to enjoy it. I'm going to ask here, instead of at the end of the video, if you do like the video, please like it. It would mean a lot if you could. If you want to subscribe too, I've seen a couple people subscribing. I appreciate those that have. I appreciate you, even if you're just watching. I did not plan to break that. That sucks. Okay, so I think I've got all the materials I need for the tree. I'm just going to collect a bunch of those just in case. Yeah. I should have everything I need. I'm going to build the first one. It's going to be a taller one right here, I think. So we're going to build the base up a little. Do one of these. So. Because you want a little bit of a lean to it. And then we're going to go up. I got to remember to count. Because I figured right around 20 high for the whole thing. For like the taller birch trees. Seven, I think, maybe. Let's go down a little. And then I think, yeah. Come on. There we go. Nope. That's fine. Yeah, I'm just trying to get like an artificial shape, or not artificial, a more realistic shape. Birch trees don't exactly grow the same as what most normal trees do, so I'm trying to also take that into consideration. Like, normal trees that I usually build, kinda just, what's the word? They're a lot cone-shaped like that, or they just have a bulb on top. Whereas with these trees, I've kind of noticed where, like, they don't exactly, what's the word? They just don't follow that. So by doing it this way, it should make it more realistic. Now, there aren't too many birch trees that are this size, just because they are what's called a softwood. So if you ever do find a bigger birch tree, you know it's like in the area where it needs to be. Like, typically they fall due to high winds or pests or stuff along those lines, whereas here, if it had lasted a long time, that means there are no pests, there are no, yeah, what's the word? No, like, other factors that could cause any difficulties. And, like, if you're in an area where there are a bunch of birch trees, that's kind of where you want to set up. Or, like, where you want to have a house. If you were to ever build one, or have a fort, or something along those lines. Like, if you were to have a smaller house, that would be best. Right now, I'm just trying to get it all to kind of match up to kind of have a rounder shape up top. And it doesn't have to be perfect by any means, but I still want it to look good enough to me where it's not going to look not out of place, but I want it to look was an actual birch tree that grew in. So that's what we're going to be doing. You see how, like, I didn't necessarily have them going, what's the word? Necessarily perfectly in a circle, but I still kind of tried to keep it in that shape. Now this is where things get a little interesting, because you kind of have to think where, like, say, like, where there's bushier areas and where you want the branches to poke through underneath, or like at what point the tree kind of, what's the word? Where the tree is reaching out most, I guess. Because there's going to be points where there's going to be tons of branches showing, and then points where you're not going to see any branches at all. But that's just because that's the way the tree grows. So like in this scenario here, I'm trying to keep a little bit more of the branches visible towards the middle, especially lower down, because that's where people are generally going to look up, is directly underneath them. And in this case too, with how birch, by what I've seen with older birch trees, they kind of grow in a, I think I said this before, but they grow in a cone shape. So by doing that, you're going to want a lot more of the foliage on the outside, or not a cone shape, but an upside down cone. So you're going to want a flatter base towards the top rather than the bottom. So by doing that, you're going to just kind of, well, with how I did with the branches where they kind of jut out a little bit already, you kind of just want to do that right off the bat, rather than like with that tree where it's not flat, but like there's an overall height that you can notice. Whereas with this, again, it's that upside down cone. So you just want to pay attention to that when you're building stuff like that. And the thing is with that too, is that when you're doing birch trees specifically with this, they're not necessarily, in my opinion, it's not a normal type of tree growth. It's kind of its own thing, which would make sense because it is a softwood. And a lot of the trees that I have built are more of your hardwoods. So those ones are going to last a lot longer. And because they're going to last a lot longer, they're going to have the ability to grow out more. So having it wide at the base makes sense, because they didn't necessarily grow to full size before the leaves, because they just are going to need a lot more nutrients than a softwood, in this case, like a birch. I'm hoping I have enough leaves. But yeah, it's just a matter of, like, the way it grows. A typical birch tree is usually, I don't want to get, like, numerical, but to me it seems like they take a lot longer to fill out, because there's a lot more that could go wrong with a birch tree than there is a oak or ash or anything like that. I think I have the canopy I like. So the question is, am I going to be able to get down? I might have screwed myself up here. Because, oh, I do have a water bucket, but I'm not capable enough to do that, so. How about this? Okay, how do you get it to go down? Oh, there we go. It's not just breaking, is it? Okay, good. Good, good, good. Now I have to be careful, there's a zombie over there. This isn't exactly mob-proofed yet. But you see how, like, now I have to work on the bottom? Because you can see a lot of the leaves poking through, or the branches. You want to fill that in so they're not visible. You're still going to want some visible, but not a lot. Because like with this, you can see all of it. You don't want to see all of it. Not with these ones, at least. Where are you at? There you are. Doing this at night probably isn't the best idea, but kind of just happened that way. Yeah, once you kind of get the hang of it, you kind of just can do it. And it really helps if you just pay attention to your environment. Like, I'm not saying copy it exactly, but like, you'll figure it out as you go. Because it's just taking inspiration from the environment around you, right? Like, oh, well, that sucks. But you just want to make sure that, well, like for me, when I'm doing this, I'm trying to make it as realistic as possible. A lot of people don't like to do that. Like, they prefer a more mythical kind of D&D style, which is totally okay. Like, I'm not saying to not do that. I'm just saying this is the style that fits me best. Let's see. I'm pretty new to scaffolding, so this is still pretty odd to me right now. Let's see. Can I reach that like that? I cannot. Hopefully I get down before that despawns. I was dumb earlier and cut down all the birch trees for the birch wood I needed and didn't collect the leaves. So now I'm kind of doing a little at a time here. Because I just don't want to do that again. No. Now, I will say, again, part of it is trying to make it realistic, so probably somewhere in here, kind of having an offshoot wouldn't be an awful idea. How am I going to do this? There we go. It's not necessarily something that's gonna be right or wrong. It's just something you gotta do. Or it's more so like a feeling, I guess, if that's the right word. Like that. That was definitely not what I wanted to do. Working on walls is not the easiest thing for me, if I'm being quite honest. I know he's gonna see me. Alright, let's get this over with. Please go away. Thank you. Yeah, it's just kind of getting a feel for what you think looks good or versus what doesn't. And again, it's not necessarily something that you're going to get right every time. Like, it's very real that I'm just going to come through and just delete all the trees because I didn't like how they turned out. But in this case, I think that one turned out alright. There's a couple spots that I don't like because it's not lush enough. Like, it's too form fit, if that's the right word. I think I'm in the right spot. Okay. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, it's not... There. Oh, God. That felt great. Not used to that at all. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for overall with all the trees that are here. See, because it's not perfectly symmetrical. It's not perfectly vertical. It's just, you know, there. And that's kind of what we're kind of going for here. And now I'm going to have to do that with all those too. And I definitely don't have enough leaves for this. But, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Because if you're still here watching this, I just want to show you what else I had planned. Because I think you're going to love it. I still got to do this area too. With the podzol. Let's see here. What do we got? There it is. I did some collecting. And hopefully, this will work out good. I might actually do one more thing, but I just want to show what I've been working on. See, because now that I have all of these, I can put these around it, and then get the bigger ones and mix in some smaller ones, kind of on the outskirts of it. Because there's a game I've been playing called, what's it called? Planet Zoo, I think? Yeah. Where, like, you can modify all the terrain and everything else, and honestly, I absolutely adore that game. And this is kind of where I'm kind of getting the inspiration behind it. But see, like, to me that feels realistic, you know, because you're gonna have some live stuff, some dead stuff around it, you know. Let's see here. I know full well I don't have fallen leaves yet, or whatever those leaves are called. I'm gonna collect a few of those as well. Yeah, this is kind of just to show what I'm kind of trying to go for with this forest. And why it's going to take me so long to do. I just want to say, too, I do appreciate being able to do this. There we go. Grab those two while we're here. Why not? Yeah. This'll work. I'm hoping I have andesite back at the base over there, because I want to show you one other detail that I want to do with this forest. Which is kind of making me regret not just doing an old growth taiga biome. Well, there goes that. That's fine. There we go. It's just adding that extra layer. I mean, you're probably not going to really see it unless you're on top of it. But it's that extra little bit of detail that I think will bring it over the top. Because, yeah, again, it's not much, but, see, because then, say, like, over here, take those, here, we'll take these, and then those. Where did I put that? I put it back. Okay. I'm special. Now we just kind of plant those in to around it. And then you just have like a little cluster there of bushes. See, and that's what I was planning on doing, is having like small little clusters of life around all of it, because to me a forest isn't always like super lush. Like, I think for like a birch forest there is a lot of canopy, because you can see how like wide that comes out compared to the base of the tree. Now imagine that like the whole thing. So the canopy is going to be covering most of the ground below, so it's not going to allow a lot of things to thrive. So you're just going to have like little clusters where the light was able to get through enough to where you have stuff like this that was able to grow. And you can see where like I was trying to go for, like you have more live stuff kind of here, and then it kind of dies out further out it goes, because you're going to have more of that nutrients around the base of the tree. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll put these away, because I'll use them later. Now we go back to the base. I'm not sure if I want to do the sweet berries, like having spots for sweet berries. I think it would be like a cool survival thing to add on. You know, where people go out, excuse me, people go out and forage, you know, that sort of thing. What was I looking for? Andesite, right. Well, it looks like I got plenty of andesite, which is good. I'm going to need that for a little training. Now, again, I'm doing something different with this area here, with, you know, the giant boulders and the cliff face kind of falling off. But throughout the whole forest here, I kind of wanted to do like little rocks. There's a place called Little Rock City in New York that I visited, and it has like these huge sedimentary boulders all around from a, what is it? It's a glacier something, like a glacier melt, I think it's called. Let's see here, where can I put this boulder? Or rock, I should say. It's not here. We'll cover this up. And it's not necessarily the idea that they're huge, but it's just the idea that, like, you have this whole place, and, like, it's just neat to look at, you know? Yeah, we'll do that. How does that look? There we go. That looks better. Then maybe remove that one and that one. Yeah, that looks good. Actually, here. Do that. Then bring that one in. Or, I'm dumb. There. See, because there's going to be a camp right in front of the portal. So you kind of want to keep in mind the path here, because you're going to be looking from the path. So, again, a lot of this you're not going to actually be able to see unless you're right on top. But it's going to be that little bit of detail that I think is going to set it off above the rest. I mean, there's definitely some extraordinary builders out there that I'm never going to ever get close to. Ooh, here. They've got the fireflies. This is the first time actually getting to see the fireflies. So yeah, look at that. Like, you're going to walk up and see that. It's going to attract you to it, and you're going to want to look at it. But it's just, you know, stuff like that. Just little details, that sort of thing. There's a zombie over there. And yeah, it's just one of those things for me that I really want to get into more, because I really love the nature side of things a lot. So if I can do this more, I would love to. Ooh, hi. Great, you're in my pond. You're gonna be dead. There we go. Yeah, if I could do more of just terraforming, building nature, that sort of thing, I would love to do that. But it's just so much work to do. As you saw, like, I took time to actually do this. I'll probably make a video of this beforehand, before I bring out the full video, just as like a little sneak peek and an explanation why it's been taking me so long to put a video out. But, again, that looks pretty good. I think I might round it out on this side a little bit, maybe not. But that's kind of what I'm going for. And just about all the trees I have, I'm going to want to be that tall. Because, again, it's a matter of, in the forest, you want to look up. Like, the thing is that trees in real life are not like those. I mean, they're more like those ones over there, but, like, a lot of trees are going to be like this, kind of. Not as thick. But they're going to be just as tall. Like, I really want that realism aspect put into this, where you're going to actually feel like that you're part of the forest, We're part of the environment. So being able to do that will mean a lot to me. But you need to go. Thank you. Yeah. So I guess I'll leave it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to continue on working on the trees and the forest. In another video, I'll put out the campsite, building the campsite. I don't know when I'm going to do that yet, but it'll come out at some point here shortly, because I do want to do more with the portal. Again, the whole terrain over here is going to be focused around the portal. So I'm going to be doing a lot with like this section and definitely adding more onto that section. So I guess with that, I'll leave it here. Thank you so much, everyone.